What's up, guys? Storminator09 here. Gonna do a quick take apart of the whole Glock 17 G3 9mm. Last time we took apart just the top half of the Glock. This time we are taking apart the whole Glock, except for the magazine release. Just because I have not figured out how to get the magazine releases out, which I have got to figure that out soon, because I have a custom piece coming in for the magazine release. So I'm gonna get us started and take us down below. So hope you guys enjoy the review. Here we go. Alright, so now that we are down and personal with the Glock 17 G3, you have your whole punch. You have your punch set. This the ratchet to take off the night sights with this new handy tool that I got from glockstore.com. So before we get started, we're going to do what we usually do. Always remember, finger off the trigger. Gun always pointed in a safe direction. And we are going to take out the magazine, pop out that extra round, lock it, and we're going to physically and visually look into the barrel and make sure that there's nothing in there that can come out. Next, we're going to aim in a safe direction and dry fire. Then you're going to pull back, take it apart. Okay, and then we're just going to take the whole thing apart. If you have seen my last video on how to take the top part apart, then you can take it apart. If not, stop watching this video right now and go to the video on how to take the top part of the gun apart, and then come back to this video. But since for those of you who have seen it, I'm going to pause the video, take this apart, save us some time. Okay, so now that we have the whole gun, the whole top part taken apart, we are now going to take the sights off of the gun. The best way to do this, first you take off the front, and you'll need this tool right here, the True Glow tool to take off the front night sight, or the front sight. And this is only for the Glock that you need this tool. Do not lose that little piece that comes off of the bottom of the sight, or you will be screwed. Just to save the pieces, make sure that they're not going anywhere. I always screw it in a little bit, just hand tighten. And then what I do is you take this and you always have a piece of cardboard right here, like I do, on the inside, so it does not damage the sides of your gun. You just slide it in, and you're going to turn this till it tightens on the barrel, or, well, not on the barrel, but on the slide. When you don't want it too tight, just tight enough to hold the slide in. Sometimes it's easiest if you hold the metal piece down. And this is where this piece comes in handy. Alright, so as long as that is lined up with the sight, flip that on. me see which way this is going. Alright. So we're gonna go. Or you can go from this side. Sure, that's it. And you'll start feeling it getting tighter. That's okay. And the night sight comes right off. So now that we have got the night sights off, you can see no night sight, no sight on the front. So the sights are off, the whole top piece is completely disabled. I'm going to pause this really quick and we'll be right back. Okay, now that we have the whole top part taken apart, we can now take apart the bottom. The bottom is very easy. What you will need is 2 different size punchers, like I have, and then a hammer. Now, when you take this apart, you gotta be very careful and very gentle and do it the way I am showing you. Most people will say start with this one or start with this one always, but I start with this one right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your wider hole punch that fits in there just right, and we're going to tap it. And as you can see, that punch is coming out. Since we have just tapped that out a little bit, you should be able just to push it through. Just like that. Now it's out. Then what you're going to do is take the smaller punch and fit it in the top right here. And we're going to pop that piece out too. This one's a little bit easier to push out, but you got to be very careful with this part because the slide release is right there, and that slide release will come out just like this. And once you have that part taken out, you should be able to take your medium hole punch and lift this piece up out of there. Okay? Then you're going to take this hole punch right here and carefully pop it in through here. As you can see in the handle, this is coming out. And like I said, it should just come out easily, just like that. If you cannot get it to come out, you can always use you always want to use some kind of fabric like this, and you can use some kind of pliers or a vice grip, but don't grab onto it too tight because you don't want to break it. Especially with this gun being polymer 80. You don't need anything breaking. So I'm going to pause this video and I am going to take that pin out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finally got that pin out of the handle, and what that does is that will lift the trigger up and out. Just like that. Now the gun is completely taken apart. The only thing that is not out is the magazine releases, and that is because I am going to figure out how to take those out without breaking it. So next time there's a video, I will show you how to take that out of there. But alright, so I'm gonna put this back together pretty quickly so that everybody can see how this is supposed to be put together. So we'll start with the easy part first, which is the handle. First thing you're gonna want to do, pop this piece in, pop the trigger in, just like that. Take this piece. And this piece pretty much just pushes right through. You might need to punch just to give it a little bit more oomph. So that it's in there. Alright. So now that piece is in and is not coming out. I'm gonna take this piece right here. And we're gonna put it back in there just like that. Take this piece. And now this is the tricky part. This piece right here is gonna go right on inside this part here. Right there. Alright. So the spring is gonna go in just like so. Just like that. Fits in there just right. Now on here you can see the spring right there at the top. You're gonna push that down when you put the other pin through. So when that's going in there, alright, you're gonna have to pull the pin this far out, push down the pin, and push it in. And what you want is this pin that we just put in before we put the punch in, under it. You want the pin under the punch so that this piece isn't sticking up like that. So you're gonna push this all the way in, just like that. Bam, it's in there. Okay. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna have to line up the trigger hole with the other holes so that you can push this last pin through. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and I will come back and show you exactly where we're at. Okay, so now I have got the pin in a good distance. It is a bit tricky to get it in there But basically, you have to try and line up the hole on the um, on the slide release up with the hole on the trigger, so that they're both working or both functioning at the same time. But now that we have that in there, just give it a little bit of a tap. Not a hard tap, just a good enough tap to where you can get it in there. Sometimes the punch helps it, and sometimes it just won't come in. While I'm trying to figure this out, I'm going to pause the video so that we're not running over. So, I'll be right back. Alrighty, got it back in. What I had to do was I had to take the top pin out first. Remember when we put the pin in the top first? Well, you had to take that out, put the bottom pin in first, and then put the top pin in. So now that we have that all finished, we're gonna pop this small pin in, and what we have got to do after that is when we're putting this small pin in, you've got to remember to pull this spring, the firing or the slide release pin down so that it's underneath of the underneath of the pin that we're pushing in, and it just pops in there like that. So now we have that part all put together, and to put the trigger back in, boom, just push that up and it clicks just like that. Alright, so now that we have that part all put back together, we're going to do the night sights. So I'm going to show you guys how to put the sights on the right way, the easy way of putting the night sights on. So we got the vise. We'll slide the back end of the sights on, and we are going to, and you've got to make sure that this is all the way in. So I'm going to pause the video really quick, and I'll press play when we're back into ready mode. Okay, so now you can see we have got the slide inside the vise, and now we are going to take our little ratchet, and we are going to push the sights on to the gun. And when you have one of these, you'll understand how it's supposed to go on. So I'm going to pause the video, and once I get the back sight on, I will show you exactly how it's supposed to look. Alright, so there's what they look like. There's what the back will look like on there. It is nice and even. Now I gotta put the front sight back on. So now that we're done putting the back sights on, we can put this down, and we can move on to the front sight. Remember, the screw is on the bottom of the front sight, so be careful, don't lose that. And the front sight just kind of snaps on in the front, just like that. It doesn't move or anything, so it's automatically sighted in for you. And then the only thing we'll have to do is put the screw that goes onto it inside the tool. And look for the hole. And then just screw it on. Don't have to tighten it too tight, just tighten it till it stops. And there you go. You've got the night sights on. Let's see. They're perfectly sighted in. Okay, so now that we got that done, I'm going to just throw the whole gun back, the rest of the gun back together, and we will see how easy it was. Thanks. Alright, there we go. So it's all put back together. The whole top part of the slide and the whole bottom part of the gun. So what you're going to do next is slide that sucker back on there and give it one good pull. Boom! Everything's sighted. Looks great. Everything is nice and perfect. You always want to give it one good dry fire and one good pull back. Make sure nothing's locking on you, and which it's not. If you did it the way I showed you how to do it, it should not lock at all. So if this video is helpful to you, I hope you give me a like, and I hope you subscribe and share my video. So we're going to go back up and have our farewell until the next time. Alright, so if you liked the video, if you thought it was very helpful and educational on how to take apart the Glock 17 G3, it'll also work for the all the Glocks previous to the Generation 3. So if it was helpful to you, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends and anybody else who has a Glock 17. I don't know too much about all the other Glocks, but I'm pretty sure that all the other Glocks, not just the G17, come apart that way. So I'm pretty sure all the Glocks come apart the same way. If not, well, there's other videos you can watch for those. But, yeah, like and subscribe, show it to your friends, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace. Let's go get something to eat.